All right, here's what we got. Going to dabble with just a little bit of geometry here. Today we're going to look at this, what they call the triangle sum theorem. Okay, triangle sum theorem. Guys, pretty simple. Okay, and this is, and you probably already should know this, but this is something you should know. The interior angles of a triangle sum to 180 degrees. The interior angles of a triangle sum to 180. Okay, so all three of those interior angles are going to have to add to 180. Okay, and so just kind of an example there. If you take a look at that triangle there, all three of those angles, 70, 60, and 50, if you add those up, should give you 180. Okay, but that is definitely something we should know and remember. Okay, give you a second to jot that down, however you want to jot it down. Everybody good? Okay. All right, so say they give you a triangle, all right? And the first few problems that you'll have today, they're going to give you a triangle. Guys, they're going to give you 2 out of 3 angles, okay? 2 out of the 3 angles. What do you think we're going to need to do? Add them up, and then subtract from 180. That's right. Okay, so right here, you know these 2 angles here, 110 and 30. So you'll take 110 and 30. You're going to add those together to get 140. So those 2 together are going to add to 140. And of course, 180 minus 140 would be what? 40 degrees. So your missing angle would be 40 degrees. Pretty straightforward, really pretty simple. But guys, they've got to give you 2 out of 3. Add up the 2 that you know, subtract that sum from 180, and that should give you the missing angle. Okay? Everybody okay with that? Okay? Let's take a look at another one here. Okay? What do we got? We got 45 and 80. So 80 and 45 is going to be what? 125? And 180 minus 125, I believe, is going to be 55. Okay? Everybody good? Okay, gotcha. That's what I need to know. That's fine. All good? Okay. Okay. Next set of problems, they're going to do something like this. Okay? So they're going to give you measurements for all three angles. Okay? Some of those measurements might be in the form of an algebraic expression, kind of like what you're seeing down there, bottom right, 66 plus x. Right here, what I just circled in green, what does that mean? 90 degrees, good. Okay, so if you see that little symbol, that little half square in the corner there, that's going to tell you that that is a 90-degree angle, which also means that this is a right triangle. Okay, 90-degree angle, so that's a right triangle. And so again, we know that all three of these are going to add up to 180. So here's what we're going to have to do. We're going to take each of the angles. We're going to take 30 plus the 90 plus 66 plus x, set it equal to 180. So we're going to take all three of those angles. And again, an angle measure could be represented by an algebraic expression. So 30 plus 90 plus 66 plus x equals 180. All three of those have to equal 180. And kind of like solving an equation, those three numbers there on the left, 30, 90, and 66, we're going to add all those together. We're going to simplify that. 30 and 90 is what? 120, and 120 and 66 is what? 186? So again, now we're just kind of equation solving. We're going to simplify the left side. 30, 90, and 66 add to 186. Plus x equals now 180. How would we get x by itself? Subtract 186. Subtract 186 from both sides, so x equals negative 6. Okay, so just one step solve here. Subtract the 186 from both sides. 180 minus 186 is negative 6. Now, here's where you need to be a little bit careful, okay? Just because we solved for x doesn't necessarily mean we have the answer, okay? They probably want to know, what is that angle measure right there? And that angle measure was represented by 66 plus x. We just found x to be negative 6. This does not mean, and sometimes when we solve an equation and we get x equals something, we kind of think, oh, that's the answer. This angle is not negative 6 degrees, okay? So what we're going to have to do is we're going to take this negative 6 and we're going to go put it in there for x. So now we know what x is, which now allows us to take that number, put it in for x. So what would 66 plus negative 6 be? Or really, that's 66 minus 6. What's 66 minus 6? 60 degrees, that's right. That third angle is 60 degrees.
Wait, what is that number above the parentheses? Is that a 600?
That is 60 degrees. So that's 60 with a little degree symbol. Should have made that a little smaller. Okay? Everybody okay with that? So a little bit of an equation to solve, but once you find x, that's not necessarily the answer. That's going to give you the number that you can plug in for x to go find the answer. Okay? All right, let's look at one more here. Let's do one more, and we'll get you going here. Okay, let's take a look at this one here. So this time it looks like two of the angle measures are algebraic expressions. So we're going to take all three of those. X plus 51 plus x plus 61 plus 80 equals 180. Again, we're adding up all three angles. And again, staying on the left side here, guys, that left side, we need to simplify that left side. X plus x is 2x. X plus x is 2x. Let's see, 51 and 61 would be what? 112. And 112 plus 80 is what? 192? So again, just taking the whole left side and just simplifying all those like terms. X plus x is 2x. 51, 61, and 80 are 192. What would we do next? Good. Subtract 192. So 2x equals negative 12. Negative 192 plus 180 is negative 12. And then final step, you are correct, will be to divide by 2. So x is equal to negative 6. I think that's maybe just a coincidence that it's the same thing we got for x on the last one. So again, we want to now take this negative 6, and we're going to go plug it in wherever we see an x. So right here, what would 61 minus 6 be? 61 minus 6. So we're going to take it there. We're going to take it there. So 61 minus 6 is what?
55.
We got 55 degrees there for that angle. And right here, we've got 51 minus 6, which would be 45. That's right. 45. So, no. Pretty simple stuff. And 45, 55, and 80 should add to 180. 45 and 55, I believe, adds to 100. And 100 plus 80 is 180. So it does check out. So in the end, those three angles have got to add to 180. So that's a good way you can check to see if you were off or right on. Okay? But that's the dealio day, guys. Okay? Interior angles of a triangle add up to 180. What do you think? Can we do it? I think I got you down for 1 through 6. The first part of this should be pretty easy. Okay? Just trying to find that third angle. Okay? Pretty simple stuff. Okay? So 1 to 16 all. Got it. I think I'm 16.